What if the way we pursue happiness is the very thing that makes it so elusive? In the modern world, happiness is marketed like a product, something you can chase, buy, schedule, or hack. We're told to feel good, live for the moment, follow pleasure wherever it leads. But underneath all the dopamine hits and Instagram quotes, there's a quieter question echoing through philosophy, psychology, and our own restless minds. Is this all there is? The ancient Greeks had a different idea. They believed happiness came in two forms, Hedonia and Eudaimonia, two paths, two philosophies, two radically different ways of living. And depending on which one you follow, you might end up with a very different kind of life. Let's start with the one we all know, Hedonia. Hedonia is the pursuit of pleasure. It's about feeling good, avoiding pain, and maximizing comfort. You've experienced hedonic happiness when you taste your favorite food, when you laugh with friends, when you binge a show that pulls you into another world. It's visceral, immediate, gratifying, and there's nothing wrong with that. Pleasure is part of being human. In fact, hedonic well-being is linked to lower stress, better mood, and even improved immune function. But the problem isn't in the pleasure, it's in making it the whole point. Because pleasure fades. It adapts. What once thrilled you becomes your new baseline. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. You run faster and faster, chasing new highs, but you don't actually get anywhere. More money, more likes, more stuff. Yet somehow, you still feel the quiet itch of dissatisfaction. That's where eudaimonia comes in. Eudaimonia isn't about feeling good. It's about being good. Not morally superior, but fully expressed, fully alive. It's a deeper kind of happiness rooted in meaning, virtue, and self-realization. Aristotle called it the highest human good. Not pleasure, but flourishing. Eudaimonic happiness happens when your actions align with your values, when you stretch yourself towards something worthwhile. It's the satisfaction of a hard-won skill, the quiet pride after doing the right thing, the peace that comes from knowing your life actually matters. It doesn't always feel good in the moment, but it feels right. Modern psychology has caught up. Studies show that people who pursue eudaimonic goals, like personal growth, meaningful relationships, and contribution, report higher life satisfaction, lower depression, and more resilience. In contrast, those who prioritize hedonic goals often feel emptier over time, especially when the pleasure wears off. But here's the provocative truth. Most of us are trapped between the two. We live in a culture obsessed with hedonia, yet we yearn for the fulfillment of eudaimonia. We scroll for dopamine, then wonder why we feel numb. We optimize our days for comfort, then lie awake at night craving purpose. It's not a moral failing. It's a mismatch. We're feeding the wrong part of ourselves. The real question isn't which path to happiness is right. It's when and how to walk each one. Because it's not that hedonia is bad. It's incomplete. It works best when it supports a eudaimonic life, not replaces it. A meaningful life includes joy, play, laughter, but it's not ruled by them. When pleasure is a reward for purpose, it deepens. When it's the purpose itself, it thins out. So how do we shift? It starts by redefining what a good life actually means. Not by how much we enjoy, but by how much we grow. Not by how often we smile, but by how aligned we feel with who we are and who we could become. That's the strange thing about eudaimonia. It often disguises itself as struggle. It asks you to get up early when you'd rather sleep in, to keep going when no one's watching, to say no to easy pleasures so you can say yes to something bigger. It demands self-discipline, sacrifice, integrity, but it gives you something hedonism never can, a sense that your life matters, that you are not just passing time, but becoming someone worth being. And here's the twist. When you live for eudaimonia, pleasure returns. Not in spikes, but in waves. Deeper, quieter, more enduring. It becomes a byproduct of meaning, not a substitute for it. You feel joy, not because you chased it, but because you earned it. Maybe that's the secret. The world tells you to find happiness by looking outward, but Eudaimonia whispers that it's built inward, through who you are, how you live, and what you stand for. It's not something you consume, it's something you cultivate. And in a world full of noise, distraction, and instant gratification, choosing the eudaimonic path is quietly rebellious. It's choosing depth over ease, becoming over having, substance over stimulation. Because in the end, it's not about feeling good all the time. It's about feeling right in the life you've chosen. And that might be the most meaningful kind of happiness there is.